Heyo, welcome everybody back to another Minecraft Let's Play. I'm Space Burt, and I'm just hanging out here with Robert, one of my neighbors who lives in the cactus over there. He came, we had some cookies, had some laughs, it was great. But anyway, just enjoying this sunrise. And yeah, let's get started. So like usual, I did a bit of mining off camera and got a lot of gold. That was the target, because I'm trying to build a rail system. And I didn't have enough gold, so I went go and mine some gold. And I did, well, I made a couple of mines here. Let's start. This is the first one, right there, and this is the second one. Let's go take a look at the first one, and I'll meet you there. Alright, so this is the first mine that I made. It's right across from the homestead there. It's a nice view, I like it. And of course we can see it from the homestead. Looks nice. I started this one, went a ways down. I was doing a 5 by 5 by 10 layout here. And the goal was to find gold. Need a lot of gold. And I went a ways through, and when I got to here, it dawned on me that this particular section has trees on it. And it got me thinking that, hey, this actually might not be a Badlands biome. Because come to find out, I found out a while back that this Badlands biome has a higher gold yield than other biomes. And sure enough, this is not actually a Badlands biome. I think it's a wooded Badlands. Let's see, what does it say? Yeah, wooded Badlands. And I did a quick Google on it, and it turns out that the gold yield is a lot lower for the wooded than it is for the regular Badlands. So I didn't get very far. I decided, I'm not going to pursue this. The reason I wanted to do it was for gold. So yeah, I did find some good ores. I found some iron. I found some coal. I don't think I found any gold. But I also didn't go very far either. Still looks kind of nice. I like the pillars situation going here. Very miney. So the next one that's over there, I set up pretty similarly. I'll go walk over there and show you guys. Alright, so this is the other gold mine that I made. And I made sure that this is indeed Badlands. There's no other hidden element to it. It's just Badlands, so the gold yield should be the best. And you can see this is the homesteads that way, so it's right in front. We could see, that from here and here from there, so works out good. And I followed the same schematic. I didn't make this one look as good as the other one, because just in case I decided to abandon it immediately again, I didn't want to spend any time or resources on it. But I think this one's more promising. I had to go quite a distance before I hit stone, which means before I can get any ores. So I got a lot of terracotta doing this. And then I finally hit the stone here, and I was keeping a log of how much yield this got me. I think what I have 1, 2, 3. I guess that's 3.5 plus a little bit over there. We can say 4 stretches of 5 by 5 by 10. It got me like 16 or 17 gold ores, maybe about 7 or 8 iron, about 30 or so coal, and a stack and a half of copper. Not so great, but it was better than the other one because at least I got gold. And I didn't have to be real deep in the earth, which is nice. So I started doing these little branches right here, and they led me immediately to a cave area. And this cave, I did some searching around here. There's still a lot to search. I didn't do the whole thing, but I looked at a good bit. I managed to get good 2 stacks of gold, maybe a stack of iron, and I don't know, a couple of stacks of coal, which was nice. Needed that. Hopefully that will be enough to do the minecart system I had planned for today. If not, I might have to, pause the video and go find some more. On that note, I think we should head back, and I want to show you guys a quick little inventory. Oh, nothing really in there, but I'll take it while I'm here. quick little inventory review of all the stuff I got. And I got the inventory section, or not the inventory, the storage room of the homestead all set and organized. So yeah, we can take a look at that after I eat some bread. And I'll meet you there. Alright, back at home. Nice to be home. Climb up my little janky stairwell here. And we saw this last video with the setup here. I currently have a lot of glass going through the furnace right now. I'm going to need a bunch. I'm using all of my copper, coal, which thankfully I found a good bit of coal, so I should be set on that for a while. And take a look at this. We've got dirt and all the natural blocks that are going to go here. Wood-like stuff, and, you know, things made from wood all in these chests. This is going to be regular cobblestone, and then we're going to have stone and, you know, specialty stones in here. Deep slate down here. These two are all terracotta. I got so much terracotta from doing that mining. And miscellaneous blocks can go in here. Yeah, I wanted to mention that I've started doing this organization scheme where I would have a row, and I would just fill this row up with, you know, the blocks, so I can automatically just select it and it will just fill correctly where I want it to go in one of the slots. And this is something I got from a YouTuber named Pythonator. He does a Minecraft Let's Play, and I saw him doing this, and I really liked it, and I'm stealing it. But since I'm stealing it, I'm going to go ahead and advertise for him. Without him knowing, anyway. You should go watch his stuff. He's pretty good. I like him. Anyway, so that's miscellaneous blocks. We have sand in here. I'm going to probably get a lot more sand because I plan on doing a lot more glass stuff. Sandstone, I have plans for this in the future, so I want a lot. I got a sand mining operation way over there. And this is going to be just miscellaneous other blocks. I got tuff in here now. Glass, copper, which I might make some kind of statue or something with this copper. I'm not sure yet. And other specialty blocks. This side is the goodies on this side is the ones you'd probably take if you were looting this place. Well, maybe not this one. But this one we have plant stuff. We got saplings, sugar cane. I'm going to have seeds, bamboo, moss blocks. All this natural stuff can go in here. I should probably actually move these leaves into here. But it's kind of a building block, so I won't. Redstone stuff, and you can see I made a lot of rails. Hopefully this is enough. I plan on using this today. Let me go ahead and take that. Miscellaneous. These are all the gems. I got coal, lapis, diamond. This is going to have ore in it. Or not ore, sorry, ingots. Mob drops. Food, which I need to start considering a food farm pretty soon, because sooner or later I'm going to be down to apples and melon slices. Other miscellaneous goodies. Non-hostile mob drops, I'm thinking are going to go in here. This will be armor, weapons, and tools section over here. And yeah, it's kind of organized, but it's still a little chaotic. Anyway, that is the current state of the inventory here. And let me go to sleep because it's late and I guess Robert and I can have a sleepover while I hold my bread and sleep. So I get crumbs in the bed, man. Alright, let's take a peek down here at the mining operation. And I had a change of heart, I guess, or changed my mind about where I'm going to put the tracks. So before, I was talking about putting them all the way down. There was a second mine that went down, or second hole that went down to a redstone and iron mine, because I was looking at different things online talking about good spot for iron is in the negative. It's like negative 30 to negative 60 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And then a good spot for redstone was similar, and it matched up that if I did it at negative 40, it would be good for redstone and for iron. And then I looked later at different web pages, and iron was looking like Y16, I believe, or Y14 is actually the best for iron. And you know, I'm conflicted. I don't know what to believe. So I'm just not going to count on it for iron. Hopefully it's good for redstone. But honestly, it'll probably turn into a diamond mine and just go a little deeper anyway. So yeah, with all that said, I'm just changing the minecart to do this first, and then the other one I'll handle later if not. I know that I'm going to need this one because I want to make a lot of farms, and speaking of farms, I need to get a food farm pretty soon. I'm running low on food, like I mentioned earlier. Yep, so yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to have a couple of things that I want to try. The first thing is the easiest, and it's going to be the player-only minecart. So I need it to stay at the bottom. I could get in it, maybe push a button and it starts. I'll go up all the way to the top, and then I could get out. So that's phase one, or problem one, and that should be the easiest. That should be straightforward, right? Just lay a lot of tracks down, and I should be able to go right up, assuming that I have enough. Secondly, my second problem, I should say, is I need to minecart to automatically come all the way back down without me having to write it down, or with me even having to do a lot of work to get it down. Because I don't want to be in a position where I'm forgetting it up top and I need it down here and I got to keep making minecarts or something like that. Or find myself having to climb up manually because I don't have anything. I don't have any iron. I don't have anything to make a minecart. And the cart's up there. I want to get rid of that problem right away. So that's problem two. Problem three is I want to be able to have a minecart with a chest in it that I can fill up with goodies, send it all the way up top. It will automatically unload and then automatically come back down without any intervention from me. It just does it. So there's a couple of problems attached to this one. Firstly, I'm not positive that it could make it that far without it getting out of range. I don't know what the range is for these minecarts, but I know at a certain point, if a minecart's by itself and it's just going, it will eventually get so far away from the player it won't be active anymore and it will just stop. At least I think that's what happens. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with it. I am using the Distant Horizon mod, which might increase the range, which that's one thing whenever I started this. I was really debating whether I should use any mods at all, and I have very minimal mods, I think. But I just like Distance Horizon so much that I just could not use it. So yeah, that's problem three. And problem four has to do with at the top of this, in the homestead area, the little house, that basement area is not very big. So I need to somehow fit all of that in there. I'm thinking I'm going to have to build like an extension to the bottom and somehow make it look nice. But yeah, down here is going to be all the farms. Or maybe not all the farms, but a lot of farms. So I know I'm always going to have goods that I'm going to come get here and that I'd want to transport to the top. Now, I don't necessarily know that I'm always going to be in this mine mining. So I don't know that doing this one first or even at all would be worth it. I know eventually I want it to get a lot of deep slate. And, you know, it'd be nice to have it come all the way to the top by itself. But then that leads to the problem, do I want it to come to here and then I have to transfer it again to go up there? Can I have a cart that goes all the way to the diamond level? It's like, I forget what, like negative 60 or something? To 100 and whatever's up here, like 140, 150 blocks high. And an unknown number of blocks left, right, front, back. Or the X and Z. So it's a lot to think about. But yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of tests for these minecarts because I'm not really sure how to, even get it to where it can start and stop how I want it. So I'm going to do a little bit of testing with that, and I'm going to come back and show you guys what I got. All right, so I did a little fooling around with this stuff, and I found that if there's one powered rail next to a block, that the minecart will instantly, like if it comes forward here, it'll meet this block and then go back. But then if the powered rail is off, like there's a powered rail under here, then the minecart's always going to stop at that very first power rail. So if I turn this on, this minecart will just go back and forth forever, which is pretty nice, and that's kind of what I'm wanting. Of course, I don't want it to go back and forth forever. I want it to stop at one side and then push a button, which I'd make a button if I had stone or wood on me. I don't. I just have cobblestone, some stuck with switches. But I'd get in, I'd push the button, and this would start for a bit, and then it would take me up. And then when I get up to the top, of course, this mechanism won't work. Maybe for the automatic way down for the cart with chests, something like this might work. But it's just a good example of how this functions. And it looks like I didn't have this one on at first, and it barely made it. It barely made it to this point without it. So I'm going to need a lot of these powered rails, which I was figuring would be the case, for empty minecarts. But yeah, okay, that's test one. So this seems like positive output. And I notice if I do 2 here, it's got to just be 1. If I do 2, I'll show you. It's going to stop at that first one. Then I'll turn this on and nothing. It just sits there. It has to have a block in proximity. That's not close enough. If I would come and push it, then it would go. But since it's off, it doesn't work. It has to just be 1, which is interesting. And definitely something I didn't know before, but that's why we do these tests, I guess. So next test is to see how many of these powered rails do I need to get up levels with just the player, and then I'm going to do a test to see how many do I need to do an empty cart to see if I could get it to go up, which will allow me to figure out if I have enough of these or not. Oh yeah, and I'm still rocking the alien skin here. Well, let me get that set up and I will come back. Alright, player minecart test 1. I put these on every other block up, so across from each other to see if they will work. I just put a switch on the inside, and I plan on covering that up with the blocks later so you can't see it. I'll probably put a light or something here, or attach some kind of redstone mechanism to light up this place and get rid of all these torches, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. Let's give it a shot. I went ahead and went up to and got some wood to make a button, so we could, this is kind of what I'm thinking the functionality should be like. We're against this block right here, and if I press the button, it should automatically go. And it's making it, but boy, it's barely making it. I don't like that. And I had a thought, too. I think I might know why. And this is going to kind of be annoying if that's the case. But, I mean, it is what it is. Let me see if my hypothesis is right, and I will come back. Alright, so my thought was that whenever we go up on these, every time we make a turn, we're rubbing against these blocks here. So I got rid of the 2. I might need to get rid of the center one. And see if that lets me go up any faster or smoother. Let's try that out. Yeah, I think that actually made a difference. So let's see. I'm going to try and get rid of all of the walls and see see what kind of difference that makes. And that's going to be a pain in the butt because I'm going to have to dig a whole nother layer all the way up. But I think it's worth it if we have a smooth ride. Alright, so I got rid of all the side walls here. And we can see how that'll work. But then now that I'm thinking about it, that might make a difference for the fall here. So that means, I'm going to have to test that out. Because there's going to be blocks in the center that we're rubbing against. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah, that's so much better. That's amazingly better. I've got too much junk in my inventory. Goodbye, shovel. So let's see what happens whenever we just do the cart. I'm going to have the cart go by itself. And I'm curious to see if this is enough power for an empty cart. I doubt it. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to have to put one on every single block up for it to be effective for an empty cart. But we'll see. And having them on all 4 blocks up might help too for the drag for the center glass. That's going to be the tube that we jump down. Not sure, but let's try it. Yeah, that's fail. Up. Fail. Okay, let me add some more and test it out again, and I will meet you back. Alright, so I put one on every single block up. And hopefully this will be enough. If this isn't enough, then I might just have to abandon the project. It just won't be powerful enough. But I'm hoping from that last test, because I mean, it made it up one, and it almost made it up the other. It doesn't have to go super fast, it just has to get all the way up. So let's try it out. Yep, that did it. That's the trick right there. So that's kind of what I was expecting. I knew I needed more power for it to be by itself. I wasn't really thinking about the drag of the walls, though, which is kind of a bummer. It's a lot more work. And speaking of the walls, I'm going to have to think about what should I do for the walls. If you guys have any ideas, you could drop them in the comments. I'm not sure what to do with the walls. Maybe I could use all of my copper and make some copper design on these walls. Of course, if I would do a design on the walls, I'd have to dig in 2 layers. So we can have a facade or a face that we see when we're going up. I definitely want to put lights in, and I'm thinking that I want to, I don't know if I want to keep this or not. Maybe put like fences that go across to make it look like it's posts or pillars that are holding it out. I don't know. I got to think about it. But yeah, any suggestions, you could drop it in the comments, and I'll take a look, because I'm not sure. So let me go ahead and try and see if I can make it all the way up to the top with this same building schematic, and then I will show you guys the updates, or show you guys how it works. All right. I was thinking about it, and before I go all the way up, I wanted to test to see if this center piece would work or not. I want to do a tube with glass that goes all the way to the top, and you know, we fall down and we hit this water, which this tiny little bit of water should break that fall. Minecraft only logic. Don't try this at home, kids. But I want to see if this will hinder this cart, that's an empty cart, or really it's going to be a cart with a chest in it, if it'll hinder it at all going up, or if it will make it no difference. So let's see. Hopefully there is no issue. And it looks like there's no issue. Great. Okay. So one more test, and this might be a waste of glass, but, you know, it's not like I have a finite amount of resources. So what if I make this a solid block? See, will that cause the cart to slow? Will it still be able to go up? Because it's brushing against the center. Let's try it real quick. And if that works, well then yeah, I'm going to go all the way to the top, or at least as high as I can with the amount of rails I have. We'll see. Looks like the center glass makes no difference, which makes me wonder, does glass not have drag on these carts? Maybe these walls can be glass. I don't know. That's, I think, a question for another day. That day is not today. Alright, well, let me go up, and I will see you guys on the other side. Well, guys, it finally happened. I fell off of this thing. And there's all my stuff. So aggravating. Alright, now that I lost all my levels and died, I've got it all the way up to the top. I went ahead and put the glass all the way up to the top too, so I don't end up falling off again. And it just makes things a lot easier going up and down. If I could just free fall down and get down so much faster. And then riding this minecart, which isn't the fastest thing in the world, but, you know. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, why don't you just set up a soul sand elevator with water? And you'll be up real quick. And the reason is because I like Minecart. And I'm having fun building this, honestly. But anyway, let's try this out. Hopefully it works. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Hopefully I remembered to power all of these. That would be one thing that would stop it. But let's try it. Yeah, it's a long journey up. So far, so good. It's not even... I gotta get that gold. It's not even worth turning with the minecart. It goes too fast. But we're going up and up and up. Alright, so we made it. And I just have a button, start and stop. I don't know that I want to keep that. I want to make something to where I get off, maybe step on a pressure plate or something. And then the minecart zooms off and then goes back down on its own. I think that would be ideal. But for now, I just have this button. So I can push it and it should be on its lonesome. So I think I'm going to go ahead and... Well, let's go down and see. Got my free fall here. We should have this cart coming. I see it. Falling so much faster. But that's okay. Looks a little spastic. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now for the big test. Let's get this one. I'm going to let it go up for a while. Put this one on. And start plotting. So this would be realistic. You know, I'll be over here somewhere doing something. You know, I'm thinking about maybe getting a cow farm down here. Maybe putting it right here. I don't know. Part of me wants to do the cow farm above ground. Another part of me wants to do it underground. I'm a little conflicted on it. But anyway, hopefully... it should be getting pretty close to being up. And I will... let me just sit here for a minute. Okay, I sat here for about 2-3 minutes, just making sure that minecart's up. It should have been up. But I want to see, I'm expecting it to be docked at the top in that spot. And that means that it went up all by itself, no issue. And it's not a definitive test, right? Because I could be way further down or way further away. But still, it's something good, you know, to kind of go off of for now. to see that it does work, and it's not too far away for it to be out of radius. Again, I should probably look these things up, but, you know, part of the fun is testing and figuring it out. There's something to be said about having to think about it, and then you can start making interesting designs. Oh, yep, there it is, and, I'm going down again. Yeah, that's it. It looks like it works. Okay. So we got this, and yeah, this is a problem up here. When I got to the top, I noticed that it's like, hey, I can't break this. This is actually the wall to the bottom of the house. But I'm really thinking that I'm going to have to expand this. This is just not enough room. Because I'm going to need the station for the player to dock on and off. I'm going to need the automatic return. To me, I don't think this is good enough for an automatic return because I'm going to forget to push the button. The cart's just going to sit here. I'm thinking about maybe having it to where I get off the cart and I step onto a pressure plate, which powers the rail. And then all I have to do is nudge the rail just a tiny bit. And it'll take off, maybe come back around and join back on this rail somewhere over here. Or something like that. Maybe go down and rejoin this rail. And it will go down. And then I'm going to have to figure out a junction for the player versus an empty cart. Or a cart with a chest on it. To where it can go unload somewhere. I'm thinking about breaking this side out. And extending it, I don't know, 10, maybe 15 blocks out. And on the outside, maybe putting like a garden or something that's elevated with cobblestone and oak pillars. But that's something for another episode. I'd like to keep going on this and, you know, keep recording. But this episode's, you know, getting pretty long. And I don't want to make episodes that are too long. You know, it's a lot to ask somebody to sit down for 30 minutes to watch something. Much less 45, 50, 70 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And next video, we will probably continue this project and or work on this house a bit more. Do something about the stairwell. But yeah, until next time, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And I'll see you next time.